Hi, welcome to the exciting world of physics. Physics is the study of the natural world around us. It helps us understand how things move, interact, and change. Whether it's the motion of a car, the falling of an apple, or the way light travels, physics explains the rules that govern everything in the universe. In this study script, we will break down complex physics concepts into simple, easy-to-understand ideas. We'll focus on understanding the why and how behind the laws of physics using simple language, real-world examples, and easy diagrams. This approach will help you grasp the core ideas of physics in a way that makes learning fun and manageable. Let's start with some of the fundamental concepts in physics that shape the world we live in. Step 1. Break down the concept. Start by understanding the basic idea of the concept you're studying. Don't worry about complicated formulas just yet, focus on the core idea. Example: if you're studying Newton's first law of motion, focus on the idea that an object will stay still or keep moving at the same speed unless something pushes or pulls it. Step 2. Use simple words. Instead of using complex technical terms, explain the idea in your own words. The simpler, the better. Example: technical: Newton's first law of motion states that an object will remain at rest or continue moving at a constant velocity unless acted upon by an external force. Simple: things like to stay the way they are. If something is sitting still, it won't move unless you push it. If it's moving, it won't stop unless something makes it stop. Step 3. Draw simple diagrams. Sometimes a picture says more than words. Draw basic diagrams to help you visualize the concept. Example: draw a ball sitting still and then show a hand pushing it, illustrating that the ball stays still until a force is applied. You could also show a ball rolling and how it would keep rolling unless something stops it. Step 4. Use everyday examples. Relate the concept to something you see or do every day. This makes abstract ideas easier to understand. Example: Newton's first law: when you're in a car and it suddenly stops, your body feels like it's moving forward. That's because your body wants to keep moving, just like the car did. Step 5. Write down key points. Summarize the main idea in bullet points or short sentences. This helps you focus on the most important concepts. Example: an object at rest stays at rest unless something makes it move. An object in motion keeps moving unless something makes it stop. This is why seat belts are important. They stop you from continuing to move forward when the car stops suddenly. Step 6. Learn and practice the formula if there is one. If the concept has a formula, write it down, but don't just memorize it. Understand why the formula works. Example formula: equals F equals more. What it means: force equals mass times acceleration. This means that the harder you push force and the heavier the object mass, the faster it will accelerate. Step 7. Test yourself with questions. After studying, ask yourself simple questions to check your understanding. Example: what happens to a moving car when no force is applied? Answer: it keeps moving at the same speed and direction. What makes a ball stop rolling? Answer: friction or another force. Step 8. Related to other concepts. Physics often builds on other concepts. Try to connect what you're learning to ideas you've already studied. Example: if you learn it about inertia, the idea that objects like to stay how they are, you can now see how it's connected to Newton's first law. They both explain how things don't change unless something forces them to change. Step 9. Review regularly. Physics concepts can be tricky, so reviewing often is key. Go over your notes and ask yourself the same questions every few days. Example: review what you learned about Newton's laws. Can you explain them in your own words? Can you think of new examples from your everyday life? Step 10. Stay curious and keep it fun. The best way to understand physics is to stay curious. Physics isn't just about numbers and equations. It's about understanding how the world works. So keep asking questions and finding answers. Example, how does a plane stay in the air? Or why does ice melt faster when it's sunny? Conclusion, studying physics doesn't have to be hard. By breaking down concepts into simple steps and relating them to your daily life, you can make even the toughest topics easy to understand. Keep practicing, and soon you'll find that physics is not only manageable but also fascinating. This script helps you study physics in a structured, easy-to-understand way, using simple language and relatable examples.